Hi guys, my name is Donovan. Okay, so I had requests to actually do some 3D modeling, game art, sculpting along all those lines. To do a tutorial on that, on the complete making of game art rocks. So that means that we're going to go through the whole process of it. We're going to go through sculpting, retopology, texturing, and then we're going to actually import it into Unity, which that's going to be what I'm going to be using anyway. So, I'm sorry, this tutorial is only for Blender. I mean, you can go on ahead if you have Maya or something like that, which I don't. You could use that and like kind of follow along as you will, but not all the controls that I'll be mentioning will actually go along with it. Okay? Yeah, anyway, let's get into the video because I'm already a minute in and I was told that the limit is 15 minutes. Okay, so we're just going to start off right here. We're going to have the cube. Hold on a second. I'm sorry, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Right, first, we're going to go and look at an example image. Alright, this is not mine, okay? I just kind of searched this up, grabbed this, just so I could show you kind of what we're going to be doing. Alright? Yeah, I haven't done rocks as many times as I would like to have, because for some reason I love modeling rocks. Yeah, this is going to be kind of like what our final image is going to look like. So yeah, let's actually get into it now. Alright, so we're going to go into it, we're going to hit X. Hit X. We're going to delete that. Alright, we're going to go down to isosphere. Alright, we're going to boost this up to 4. Yeah, make sure in the side panel it's boosted up to 4. And then we're just going to go in the sculpt mode. And in the sculpt mode, they have all the brushes right here, which we can go through, which we're going to get to some of these later. For now, we're just going to stick with the sculpt draw. We can go down, and we're going to hit subtract. But also, while we're down here, we're going to go to symmetry and lock, and hit X, so that it's not doing the same exact thing that we're doing with our model all along the x-axis. Yeah, anyway, we can close this up, and we're going to go right back up. Alright, so before we get started, I want to let you know how to size your brush and how to do the intensity without having to go back and forth to the sidebar right here. So how to do the actual brush size itself is we just hit F simply and scale it as we please. Left and right is the scaling. Alright, and then, yeah, hold on, I'm going to scale this up a bit. Alright, and then for the intensity, we hold Shift and F, right, and we can go in and out. Okay, I'm going to go a bit soft right here before we get into the big sculpting. Yeah, I'm going to slice this up a little bit more. That's just how to do that. Yeah, we could just start chipping away at this as we please. That's why an example image is so useful, and why it's very important to have a really good one, is because it kind of gives you an idea of what you're going to be doing. So what you could do is you can take somebody else's, like a portrait of a rock, sorry, not portrait, just like an image of a rock, or you can even take your own, and it kind of gives you an idea on what it's supposed to look like, although you don't want to like completely replicate it. Yeah, it's really just to give you an idea what it should look like. Yeah, I'm sorry I ramble. While doing these videos, that's one of the things that I didn't want to do, but I ended up doing anyway. Yeah, anyway, as you can see, if I'm like playing around with this and I get too rough with it and it's like divoting in how I don't want it or in places I don't want it to, all you have to do is hold down Shift and left click and drag over it, and it'll kind of suck up your geometry and smooth it out like that. Yeah, let's just kind of help you out, just in case something gets a bit too rough or a bit odd angled. Anyway, let's give a little love to the bottom side right here of our rock, because one thing that we want to do is we want to make this rock reusable. Hold on, I'm gonna add, yeah, just to kind of blow this up a bit because I made it a bit too small for my taste. Alright, just gonna extend some of these edges right here and stuff. Yeah, anyway, we want to make our models as reusable as possible, because game companies, they usually have deadlines, and they have to meet those deadlines in time, and they're not gonna sit there all day and just make hundreds of rocks, but instead they make a handful, like, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly on the number, but they make enough to where they can reuse them, and they make it look as if it's reusable. Yeah, see the rambling. I'm not sure if you really get what I mean, but I hope so. Ah, it's glitching. Alright, anyway, once we get a shape that kind of pleases us here, then we can go. Wait, hold on, some of these spots are bugging me. Make it less intense just so it sucks up a little bit. Yeah, see, I lost the place of what I was talking about. Yeah, anyway, we can just go in object mode. We're going to go over here. We're going to scroll down while on this bar and go to modifier, add modifier. Go over here, generate. Go down just below mirror right here. Go to multi-resolution, right? And make sure that you are in object mode when doing this. Hit subdivide, right? And that adds a little bit more geometry. What we're gonna do with this is we're gonna come through and, yeah, let's go to pinch. Now we're gonna come and add more detail while we still can. Come up pinch and get the intensity and everything that you want. I'm gonna start out at 30, so it's not pinching. Right, yes it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, we just want to suck up all these seams right here. Just kind of make it seem sharper. Just some of these spots. Alright. Kind of help this out right here. I don't know, sometimes I don't even realize what I'm saying while making videos like this. That's one of the reasons why I hesitated somewhat. But the main thing really was trying to get a good recording software so I could actually do this. So I could actually make this video tutorial, which was a serious pain. Like, just to get this thing working was terrible. Yeah. Alright, I think that's good for now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to scrape. And now we're just going to do some basic scraping. There it is, make sure it's all good. Click lock on area plane, and what that does is it locks it to whatever direction you're looking. That's the way it's going to actually shape it. It's going to shape it just like that. I'm pretty sure you get what I mean, but you probably don't. Yeah, we're just going to go around the whole model here. We're just going to sculpt this as we like. It's just going to basically chip everything away and make it look more like a rock, which is exactly what we're wanting to do. We can smooth out some of these spots right here, and even with the sharper seams we could just kind of come up and split that up a little. Alright. Let me check my time real quick. 9 minutes, okay. I don't have that much longer for this first video, but I'll try to cover as much as I can. Yeah, you don't have to be making this all exactly how I do. I mean, that's what you do in doing game art. You want to make everything your own. What you want to do is you want to put your own ideas. But also, as I said, you could take examples, or say maybe you need guidance on how to do these sorts of things. Just remember, guys, you can request me to do videos for you. And I know this video is going to be very sketchy, but I mean, as I do more videos, I can promise you I will get better over time. So just keep that in mind. So we want to come back down to the bottom a little bit more, because as I said, we're going to make everything to where we can reuse it as we want. And also remember, do the biggest details before you do the small ones, because if you're going ahead and doing the small details first and then you're like, oh man, I don't like that, why did I even start sculpting that? I mean, I love the detail itself, but wow, that spot really, it just doesn't work. That's why you want to shape all the big stuff out first, because it saves you time and also frustration. But sometimes I do get, well, yeah, okay, I will admit, I still do it. I get frustrated, and sometimes I'll just like stop on the model, just because I get really frustrated because I did something wrong. I went in the wrong order, and I usually just don't come back to it for a while. Which, don't be like me. Don't do that. That's terrible. You want to get all your art done. Yeah, we're just gonna smooth out these sharp spots real quick a little bit more, because they're a bit unnaturally sharp and rounded at the top. Yeah, we're just gonna keep going and keep sculpting until we find something that we like. And remember, you can be a little bit random with this and make it look natural. Just because rocks, of course, if you're going to make a realistic one, as I am, then you're going to want to... I completely forgot where I was going with that. You see what I mean? I need more experience with this. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. With natural stuff, it's usually not always going to be symmetrical. That's why you want to make it to where everything is a bit different, and to state the obvious, natural looking. Yeah, that's just a little tip, something to keep in mind really while sculpting around. Yeah, once you're pretty satisfied with your model, then we can go on ahead and subdivide again. But I may just have to wait until the next tutorial for that one, because time is closing in. And I've taken way too long to do what I've done so far. Although art does take time. But it's just keeping myself in line, really, is what's taking so long. Okay, go back into object mode. And if you want to see what the model's going to look like with smooth shading, all we have to do is go up to Tools, come down a bit, go to Shading, hit Smooth. And right now you can't tell much of it because there's not really any detail, so I'd keep it at flat for now. Let's check this time. Okay, 13 minutes in. I'm gonna have to wrap it up, at least for this time. Okay. Whoops. It's okay, I'll show you how to fix that later if it comes to it, which it probably will. But yeah, we can just come over here and we can subdivide again. This is going to give us an opportunity for even more detail. Just remember, sculpt out the biggest detail first and then subdivide. You go along levels, the levels of detail that you do. As I said, the more that you do... Hold on a second, let me find a better way to explain this. As you put detail and you want to go into further detail, then you could hit subdivide. But for now, I'm just going to show you how to save your work so far, and then I'll come back to it in the next tutorial, which I'll probably try to post as soon as possible because I'm in that kind of modeling mood. So I'm just going to hit Control Save, Control S,